because they tried numerous times when they came over here dealing with our brothers. Our brothers was kicking their behind, so they was having a hard time establishing their nation over here. You know what I'm saying? Read.
In the Americas, established by the Virginia Company of London.
The what? The Virginia what?
Company of London.
So what's a company?
Corporation.
And what's a corporation? Huh? Right. But it's people that incorporate or get together. What do that remind y'all of in the scripture? Huh? Psalms 83. You know what I'm saying? So they incorporated together and started the Virginia Company, sent them people over here, established this place, and began the slave trade. You know what I'm saying? Incorporated. See what I'm saying? Read on.
Virginia Company of London as James Fort on May 14, 1607.
So it was established in 1607. And in the year 2007, I don't know if y'all remember that, but they had a big time 400-year celebration. Queen Elizabeth came, you know what I'm saying? They had a big, as a matter of fact, that was the time when you had that Virginia Tech slaying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? And 33 people got killed.
You think she'd be mad?
What's that?
The queen, because that's when they leave her. You know, like
Supposedly.
Right, about to say, right.
That's when everybody leaving because they don't want to be with you, and you celebrating over here the fact that they left.
But think about it.
It's still a milestone. A lot of things were accomplished when America got created.
But think about it. Where did that company, where did it come from? Read that again.
From London.
Right.
Where's she from?
Right, so I'm saying it's just funny when people, if you look at it from if you a historian, you look like, why would she be celebrating the fact that her people leaving her country because they mad at her forefathers or her father, who was the king, to go start their own country? Like, you wouldn't be over here celebrating that if you wasn't in on it.
Exactly.
See, that's like when they created the colonies in Australia. They were all and most of the people that came from London over here were like indentured servants themselves. They were the lower class people. They really didn't have a lot of babysitters on their enemies. The domain, they started writing that typewriter.
Exactly.
So everybody really believed that it was their eminent domain to have this country.
Right. And they call it manifest destiny. You know what I'm saying? It's our destiny to, you know what I'm saying? But the queen and them, they was behind that. You know what I'm saying? They was incorporated with all them European countries. They get ready to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that triangle slave trade got them billions. That's why this economy is built off our behind. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Merrill Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Who you think it's his for?
Merrill Lynch.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Willie Lynch people. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Okay.
Listen to this, y'all.
Back to this. It followed several earlier failed attempts, including the lost colony of Roanoke.
So that Roanoke, y'all know anything about that? It got smashed out. They was not able to establish a permanent settlement there through that. But Jamestown, Virginia, that's where it started. That's where this nation that we know that we in captivity of today began. Good.
Jamestown served as the capital of the colony for 83 years.
See that? It served, Jamestown was the capital of the colony. You know what I'm saying? So that was the founding point. Drop down right here.
Within a year of Jamestown's founding, the Virginia Company brought Polish and Dutch colonists to help improve the settlement.
So now the Dutch and the Polish is getting involved. You see what I'm saying? Psalms 83 again. They all getting together.
In 1619,
And what?
in 1619, the first documented Africans, I'm reading it right. In 1619, the first documented Israelites were brought to Jamestown.
Now see that? The first document. These people kept meticulous documents of what they was doing.
It was the business goal.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Black gold.
Exactly.
You go on that website and you can see where they got them from, what the names of the tribes, they knew the names of the people, they hired.
Jim Crow kept it real and called us Israelites.
No.
Where you see that?
What's the name of that website, right? Where you can go on and see the slave trade. I'm after try to look
It was slave voyage, something slave
What did you watch right now? Repeat what you just said.
I'm not sure.
What did you just say just now?
Well, it's a website you can go on and see if they have where they took the people from, what tribe they belong to, who's
What website?
What's the name? Slavery Voyage.
It's slavevoyage.org. I'll find it before we get out of here.
So that's what I'm saying. They keep it like they.
It's records. Yeah, it's
Records.
Well, we know it's records, but they never. They always said they wouldn't hit it. Like it's just big secret.
They got it out.
No,
there.
Put it in a book.
Won't read it. And then what's deep about it, when you go on that page and go through their records, you look at some of them brothers now, I'm talking about they got straight Hebrew names. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Because we know that these people are once again, very meticulous at keeping records and files. You know what I'm saying? So when they got this thing incorporated and started booming that slave trade like that, they was keeping records. Of course they wouldn't let us see it. You know what I'm saying?
When I'm asking, when did they become public record though? What do you think?
You could have seen those probably like the Smithsonian, but now
Right.
it's all online. They just put the papers online.
Everything is there. It's just a matter of going and getting it.
And when you go to the Library of Congress, all these things in the Library of Congress, everything you want to know, you can go, you can write for, you know what I'm saying? You can get it, but we don't know that. We don't have the understanding on how to, you know what I'm saying, go through these
I was
things.
going to ask you guys today, why don't we write Obama? Because if America is a corporation, they have a record of, no business doesn't keep a record of their business. Slavery being the biggest form of business back then, they know the nations and tribes of people that were in captivity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but y'all saying it's already out. Like, so can we get the website?
It's slaveryvoyages.org.
Slavevoyages.org. Fill that out.
Slave, S-L-A-V-E, voyages, voyages.org. O-R-G.
I wish they had better record keeping in Africa, but you know, like we wasn't down like that.
Yeah, we're going, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but I'm just saying that, like, 'cause you know, it's been it's probably over 1,600 years from when you flee out of Jerusalem to when you be captured in slavery. They might have oral traditions or oral stories.
Most likely, if it's our people, it's written documentation because we documented
Everything, right.
I mean, I'm just, more stories about them fleeing into the mountains and being incorporated into more African.
I bet you some of them tribes, what is it,
The Igbo.
and this
Shanti, the Yoruba.
yeah, I bet you a lot of them have documented evidence.
But see, one thing you got to keep in mind, too, these Romans, man, they didn't came in like, what you think they holding at the Vatican? They got miles on top of miles of files. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. How many miles? 22 miles of information. So that
They've been
stuff.
documenting, burning books. They've been doing everything.
Exactly. Exactly. But they know. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, a couple. Okay. Yeah, let's get one more script. We're going to show that judgment on Miss America for what she did to us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah 47 real quick. So definitely that scripture definitely applies to us. Genesis 15, 12 through 14. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can just basically calculate that up, what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? Ain't much time left. You know what I mean? He's precise, right?
He's precise. He told us the same thing about Hamashiach when he was coming. It's precise.
Exactly. I don't even see how people applied to 430 anyway. You got 38 problems.
They just rounded.
Right, but how you gonna round that when the Most High, he told our people when we went to Babylon how many years?
70.
It was 70 years exactly. You know what I'm saying? So Most High is very, very full of precision. You know what I'm saying? So, huh? Exactly. The deepest mathematician ever. Huh? Right. Go to Isaiah 47 and 1.
Isaiah 47 and 1.
It's for you, Miss America.
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
She ain't gonna be called tender and delicate no more. She got a problem coming. She a virgin. She ain't been touched by no other nation. No other nation really has invaded her or brought forth nothing upon her. You know what I'm saying? So she got it coming. You know what I mean? Drop down to verse 6.
Verse 6. I was wroth with my
I
people.
was what?
I was wroth, angry with my
The
people.
Most High was angry with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we had to come into this 400-year captivity. Read.
I have polluted my inheritance
Uh-huh.
and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy.
And have they showed us mercy since we've been here? Shadow slavery, all the way down to Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? To this day, they still black booting us down. You know what I'm saying? Most of us, honestly, man, if you miss 2 checks, it's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? Homeless, no food, no nothing. You know what I mean? Complete subjection to these people. They ain't showing us no mercy. Read.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke,
Uh-huh.
and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
And don't they say that? America forever. You know what I'm saying? They think this thing gonna continue forever. But it ain't. Read.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it.
They ain't think about what was to take place, that judgment was gonna come about. Read.
Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, and dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Read.
But those 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, and the widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection.
So the Most High gonna come through and destroy this thing with perfection for what she's done upon us. Read.
For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
Don't they trust in their weakness? Because they strong, they got the nuclear power, the capability, the finances, the military might. They trust in these things. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that that's their power. Not knowing the Most High is just allowing them to do this thing for a short time frame. Read.
Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
See that? Read.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
So they ain't gonna even see it when the Most High come through. We're gonna blind their behind and come through swiftly. Read.
And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
That's that judgment that's to take place upon us for what they have done. Go back to Genesis 15 real quick. Gonna close it up. Read the latter portion of verse 14. 15 and 14. We're gonna finish that verse up.
Genesis 15 and 14.
So we just read Miss America's doom for what she's done to us in this place. Read.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substance.
We coming out with great substance. We coming out knowing the Most High, knowing the Mashiach, going back home, knowing our culture, and with the rulership placed in our hands. That's the greatest substance we could ever partake in. You know what I'm saying? What you say, y'all? Oh, ain't no messing up, brother. Ain't no unrighteous coming into the land. Right. So with that, I say shalom.
Shall rule over you with a rod of iron.
Let's move it to the next room. We got to